It is a really complicated and complex question to think about. Why is a program like Achieve necessary? Because of inequity based on class and other dynamics, it creates gaps. Often what happens to kids in the city of Boston is they make really great progress in the school year, and they're really changing how they see themselves as mathematicians, or how they see themselves as scientists, or how they see themselves as readers. And then June comes, and unlike some students who get to go to an 8-week summer camp that are filling their brains with ideas around physical science or building their confidence and encouraging them to take risks, many young people in the city of Boston don't have those opportunities at their fingertips. And what often happens to those students is that they lose all of that academic knowledge that they gained during the school year, and they return to the school year further behind than they were when they ended in June. And so Achieve fixes that.
Achieve is partnered with Boston Public Schools to work with middle school age kids who are low income, first generation. The idea is to give them the foundation that they need academically and personally to then go to a high performing high school and then to go to college. And so Achieve tracks and follows kids all the way through their high school time.
Particularly early on, we felt great just that we knew we were providing an educational experience in the summertime for these kids.
Although we knew anecdotally that kids enjoy their experience and that the classroom instruction in combination with the Nobles resources was really making a huge impact, we had no proof, we had no data to show that. So one of my first big initiatives was launching a data measurement program to make sure that we could really measure and say to parents and teachers and community members and donors and partners that this program works.
The thought process that's gone into saying we want to test the efficacy of the work that we're doing has been a really important step, and I know that it will pay dividends. I really applaud Nora and other folks for saying this needs to be an important part of what we're doing to see if we're having the kind of impact we know we want to have.
Achieve actually has a graduate program where they have someone go to the graduates in high schools right now and help them out, make sure they stay on track. They don't just leave you once you go off to high school.
Okay, so freshman year was tough because it was really hard adjusting. So Laura would come and she would check on me and I'd vent and she'd come up with solutions with me, so that really helped. I participate more in school. At Achieve, people would always tell me I'm a leader. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And I think now I'm starting to figure it out at school. I got involved in student council, so I think Achieve has really helped me with that.
It's really cool for me to go into their schools and to see them being these leaders. This year we actually had our first group that we track. 100% of our kids are going to college and 100% of our kids got accepted to affordable options. And that whole process, I think, was one of the coolest things that's happened at Achieve for me, because I met the kids when they were in 8th grade.
I feel like if I wasn't at Achieve, I wouldn't be at BB&N. So I'm just glad that I went to Achieve, because I know the college process is hard. So I'm glad that I have all the support that I have.
To be honest, if I hadn't started with Achieve, I know that I wouldn't be the type of person that I am today, because besides just academically, Achieve gave me a lot just personally in terms of my character. When I first started Achieve, I was really shy, and I'm still kind of shy and reserved now, but it gave me confidence in myself and my abilities, and it let me know that I do have potential and that I matter and that I'm important. And so I feel like if I didn't do Achieve, I'd probably be maybe the same place that I am now, but I wouldn't be the same person that I am now.
They gain a sense of self, and it then makes the rest of the work that much easier because they're enthusiastic about learning, but also about trying new things, whether it's ultimate frisbee, yoga, game design, or something they've never done before. They're like, yeah, I can do this because I've come to this new school and I've met new friends and I'm not afraid to do something different.
I made friendships here from when I was in 6th grade. I still have now. 2 of my best friends are from Achieve.
The teachers at Achieve are nothing short of extraordinary. They come from a variety of backgrounds and from a variety of schools, but they are some of the most incredible people that I know and I've had the pleasure of working with in my professional career. Essentially what we are trying to do is to recruit the most talented, thoughtful, engaging, and interesting teachers that we can get to give up their summer vacation, to dedicate 6 more weeks to the classroom after they've just finished 9 months. because they recognize that this work is critical to young people's success and that this work is going to make them better teachers as well. And they work hard.
We have speakers come on Fridays for our speaker series who have really interesting, specific jobs and who have had winding journeys towards that job and towards this version of success.
You could connect with them, especially seeing people who look like you and just seeing how successful they are now. It was really inspiring.
Most of the time they can relate to us. So it's not just people that are successful, it's people that are successful but come from the same background that you come from. There was one time that the governor actually came here, and that was incredibly just mind-blowing to me, because for the governor to actually come to this program and give some of his time and talk to these kids, that was just so inspiring to just really spark something in me for what I want to do in the future.
One of the really great things about Achieve is the way in which Noble students, Noble's faculty have immersed themselves in the program, and how the program has grown from the first summer where we had maybe 15 students to now we'll have 75 students and are bursting at the seams, and we could make the program much bigger if we had the funding.
There are lots of big questions that we have to answer about our future. You know, I think about Tajay going into college and about how successful I know he's going to be, but we don't currently have the resources to support him all the way through college. I think about how many kids are on our waiting list. Every year we say no to some really extraordinary, talented young people, and it's not because they wouldn't do well here, it's because we don't have space. We are in half of the middle school at Nobles, and we are very grateful to have that half of the middle school, but we could easily double in size and still have a wait list. And so if we decide that that's worth our time and worth our investment, it's going to require additional resources too. It's exciting to think about those possibilities. There are lots of conversations about why don't we start younger. We could do all of it. We could do some of it. Regardless, it'll change the level of investment that we have to make financially in the program, and it'll change what Achieve is. And so it's scary on a financial standpoint, and it's also scary on like, this is a really special program that is doing really extraordinary work, and if you change it, does that change the success of the current work? Right? And so it's really exciting to think about that stuff, and those are some really big questions that I am very excited to chew on and get some answers to. But you have to do it thoughtfully, you have to do it sustainably, and you have to make sure that the investment level is there to make sure that that work can happen and can happen effectively.
I've always been a firm believer that education is kind of the key that opens doors, and I don't think anything could better encompass what this program tries to do.
Achieve doesn't save lives. It doesn't turn a student who hated math into loving math. It doesn't create miracles, but it opens a door. And when you open a door, you create an opportunity. And when you create an opportunity, you create a possibility, and that possibility can change a student's lives forever.